Hello.
Hello. Happy Goddess Chat.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, as always, I think I say this every time, look forward to these chats every week.
It definitely helps me stay connected to my spiritual journey and my divine feminine journey, and um, wakes up things within me that maybe need to be stirred. So it is such a beautiful opportunity for us to come together and have these conversations and diving into the energy of the goddess.
Yeah. Yeah. And this week we are talking about the integration at the end of each month. We take the what we've learned about the goddess and the tools and all the good stuff. And then we figure out
How do I
what do we do with all this?
do that?
Yeah. So we've been working this month with Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge and mastery. And what I concluded from everything that we've been looking at is that practicing what's authentic to your soul. We've been looking at different things that we would like to master, or the pursuit of a particular art or music endeavor that we have, or even just reading books, pursuing knowledge about a subject, about the goddess or a spiritual journey, and all of that. However, sometimes in the pursuit of knowledge and mastery, we think that we ought to be doing it a certain way, or maybe it isn't coming about the way we thought it was going to come. And what do we do with that? And if you and I know that you have something to say about this. I was just thinking
Well,
that,
yeah.
when you get in your mind that, okay, I'm going to do this thing and it's going to look like this, and it's going to be this great experience. And then things, just the parts don't seem to be going together. And it's not that you're doing anything wrong.
Yeah, it's just not in alignment.
It just is not in alignment now, or it just kind of fell out of alignment because
Yeah.
maybe something else has opened up, and you just have to be ready for that. So
Mhm.
I'm going to let you speak to that because you've had
Well,
an
yeah, I mean,
experience that's recent.
I've had a very recent experience with this. So
Yeah.
with all of this work that we're doing, working with the different elements of the goddess, the different archetypal energies, essentially, is what we're doing. What we're talking about here is it's here to help raise our awareness within ourselves of old paradigm behavior versus true authentic um, connection. Okay. So I have learned throughout the years, and maybe this is a little bit of Gemini, but like I need to go someplace before I can say yes to creating in that space or what have you, whatever. And I am in the process of, we've just, announced a retreat this fall that is going to be a co-ed retreat. So it's not just for women, but it's still going to tap into the divine feminine energy, which is healing energies, right? And the location that we were going to, although by energetically it was beautiful. It was a beautiful space. It was in the rainforest. It was, it was just all of these things that I was like, oh my gosh, like I could live here. But the location is not going to be in alignment with the vision that we have, that we want to share with the world,
Mm-hmm.
with our participants, is what I mean. Not that it will never be, but it's not right now. And so we had to really step outside of our ego's need to please, or
Mm-hmm. We'll make this fit. We've got to make this
make it fit, right?
make
How
it
do
work.
we make it work? Make it work. As I can't come up with the man that used to say that. It was on Project One Runway. Make it work. Anyway, it's not.
Okay.
I digress. I'll come back on the tracks. So I immediately go into, okay, how do I reframe this? How do we rework this? Can we? And my co-creator, our dear friend Laura, and I had breakfast the morning after, and we were like, this isn't going to work. And there was some pain in making that decision, right? Because the heart of the person that we're talking to is so pure and so lovely, and we wanted to do this with him, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, at what cost? What are we sacrificing in order to manifest something that, if we force it, then that is not authentic? And being that my company name is Authentic Life Journey, that's just not some place that I want to live, is in a place of inauthenticity or trying to force something into being, right?
Right.
The Saraswati teaches us to do things that are authentic and true to our heart, to create based on alignment, based on the soul's answer of yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, we've talked about writing and art and music, but this goes beyond, for me, as a creator. Like that's part of my makeup in this lifetime, is I am a creator. I am constantly seeking to create something, this container that will offer.
And you do that very well. You create spaces for experiences so well. And
Thank you.
yeah, and I can see where you could probably have created a space.
I could have found the way, but
right.
But was that authentic? Was that true?
Right.
And so working with Saraswati then helps me when I'm in that, okay, I'm going to make it work.
Yeah.
So I don't need to make it work. It needs to feel in alignment. It needs to feel authentic to me. It needs to feel authentic to the vision that we were holding for this experience that we're creating. Mm-hmm. And so when we made the decision and had the conversation and said, listen, not now, but let's see where you are in a year. Let's see where you are in 2 years. We'll revisit and see what we can do then. Mm-hmm. And we left and we went to go find this other location, because it's an Airbnb that we found. And it was in this town that we weren't staying in, so we had to take a little drive. And I will tell you, this was a divinely guided experience, because we're driving down the road and all of a sudden I hear right. And we didn't go right, we went to the left.
Uh-huh.
We looped back around. I was like, listen, when we get to this fork in the road, go right. My sense is it's in this neighborhood right here. Okay. So we go up a couple streets. We can't find it. We come down and there was, when you veered off to the right, there was an immediate right that you would have to take, but we went past that one.
Oh, okay.
Go back and go down that road.
2 rights.
It ended up being 3, because that's what I was hearing. Right. So then once we actually got to it, it was a right, and another right. And then the house was at the end of that.
And there you were. Oh.
It was like, and here it is.
So right. Right where you belong.
And
3 times over.
Yeah. And as soon as we saw it, both of us were like, oh, yes. It was like,
the pictures of it are lovely. And the pool, mm-hmm. and the neighborhood being quiet, and it's
beach, and
you can walk to the beach and all those fabulous things that you can do around. I think, it is really going to be the space for people to experience all that you want them to experience.
And the whole intention for this retreat is it's the heart of letting go. It's how do I learn to find the heart of letting go and then honor that. And so ultimately, and that was what I said to Laura, I said, look, what we're teaching, we're doing. Absolutely. So the heart of letting go, we're not letting go from a place of fear or force. We're letting go from a place of, my heart is showing me that this is in alignment.
Well, and there's been a lot of letting go. I mean, with the last months with the new moon that was our theme was something's got to give. So you're feeling a push pull, and then our full moon was the eclipse, and that is like hard endings to things, but it's an ending to something that's on your journey, your soul's journey, that's just not, doesn't serve anymore. It's like, okay, that served a purpose, and time to move on.
Well, and like I said, the hope is that once because again, we're already in conversation with several participants that are ready to attend. So again, the vision that we were holding, the conversations that we were having, this particular location that we found is going to, it's actually going to take us to the next level. Like we were creating here, and now we have access to this pool, which then opened up this, and we have access to the beach, which opened up this, and but 10 minutes down the road, there's places you can go, a marina, you can go and do an excursion or a kayak, or so there's access points where we're going to be that wouldn't have been there had we been at the other location.
Right.
And then and goddesses, we will share more, but
we're just building up some excitement for this one.
There is a beautiful waterfall that Laura took me to while we were there, and we walked under it and just let Goddess Oshun take it away, let it go, let it flow is ultimately what I felt. Let it go, let it flow.
Yeah.
It was really quite magical, and I really look forward to sharing everything that we found, and then Laura's was born and raised in Puerto Rico, so she is bringing a knowledge base that would not exist with just me, beyond the magic that she already is. Like, her magic alone is like, and then marry that into her home. So I am beyond excited about this experience and where we're going. So if you'd like to know more, check out the Sana, the Heart of Letting Go retreat that will be held in Puerto Rico in November.
Yeah. And may I just say that if you out there listening are practicing something and want to master something, and you feel like you're being called to do it, but it's just not really happening, that's okay. You can sit in and feel into it, and don't let that you haven't learned it yet. It may be a lifelong pursuit of mastering something, and
you may master it in increments.
Exactly. I'm just thinking for myself, because the past me wouldn't want to do anything that I wasn't relatively sure I'd be good at right away, because practice was not my strong suit. However, I mean, I've been practicing using my voice in different ways, and it's been interesting where those opportunities have shown up. I've been, practicing that basic skill, but it's interesting how it's taken me in different ways, and I'm thrilled, and I just stay the course, and it feels good, and we'll see where it takes me, but I am super excited about this retreat that you're planning.
And we're going to be able to
really going to be
Moya and Oshun and Gaia and Soul. So all four elements.
Yeah.
And so again, like I said, being there really opened up my imagination and my creative process, because I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to tap into all of these archetypal energies right here.
Yeah. So it's even better than what you had planned. So. Yay.
So with that, we'd love to hear how you're integrating with Saraswati, and how you're taking these lessons of practice and allowing creativity to flow through you in whatever way it is. And that's ultimately why we shared this story with you today, is that it's not just about musical instruments or artistic expressions or writing. It's also about this, like whatever you're creating, just continue to give attention to that area of your life and open yourself up to whatever it is that is being created, and let it flow through you instead of trying to control it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, goddess. Great message for today.
Yes. Well, with that, we will see you next time. Actually, we're going to take a beat next week. It seems like there's a lot going on, the end of the school year.
Yeah, we need a divine pause between
the
ending of spring and the beginning of summer and
summertime. Yeah. So we will be back the first week of June with our next goddess, Hestia, I believe is who we are working with. And we look forward to hearing from you. So share any of your experiences. Let us know how you're doing or any thoughts you have. With that, we will see you in a couple of weeks. Have a beautiful day.